wholesales and retails building materials. Big position out there in the Mpumalanga area, you might have noticed. It's been consolidating its various retail outlets under the name BuCo, which I think stands for building company, but BuCo, that's the one nice and orange, big brand painted on the side of the warehouse. It's got a market cap of 688 million rand, beg your pardon, price to earnings ratio of 10, dividend yield of 4%. Unfortunately, earnings have been a bit patchy recently. And yesterday they announced a transaction to offload their timber wholesaling business to York.
Yes.
That sounds okay.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Quite a nice story. They own Ferreira's and a few other things, Knob and Knocker in the urban areas. The BuCo thing I thought was quite attractive, but the most recent results were a bit patchy.
Yeah. Well, I spoke to Gary Bienica yesterday, and he was saying that, you know, they've moved away from owner-managed stores, and I think that is a good idea. They're centralizing it. Yeah. They centralized all their systems, their financial systems, their cost structures. So I would say that looking ahead, this is probably one that to consider accumulating. Is it exciting? Yeah. No, I don't think so, but I do think that as a choice within the sector, it should be one of the favored ones.
Okay, so you're saying in some senses it's a rather similar story to Dawn. In other words, it's a company that's had a bit of a checkered couple of years, but it seems to have some quite good assets. So under the right circumstances, it could experience a bit of a rebound and a bit of a bounce up. But you were impressed by Eugene Bienica, the CEO. You met him recently. That's got to be a plus as well.
Well, that was. And just by his seeming to have a handle on all of the troubled areas. So that is a good indicating for involved management. Yeah. Is it going to be a performer on the market? It's not the right sector, but it's one should accumulate, and I really believe that. But if one just looks at that drop down in the share price, that nice steady build up, and then that drop down, I hope there's no more bad news coming. So I would wait for it.
Give it another 6 months, see how it performs. Wait for the cycle and the stock to combine together. Because we're talking about a company here with a market cap of around 700 million rand, which in market terms is relatively small. It's the kind of scale at which it's not really got a big institutional following. It's got to be a patchy trader, liquidity somewhat limited.
To be on the shopping list, but not necessarily to go and purchase right away.
Okay, so I think we're sort of both of us leaning towards not hot on this one for the moment. Right.